Girl, respect my time. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so let's try to each question like try to make it at least like the top the maximum is 1 minute.
All right.
Okay, so just let me know, how do you feel about being back in the group?
Okay, so being back in the group is really bittersweet. I definitely had some unfinished business to attend to here in Atlanta, so why not hang out with these girls while I'm here? And let's see what happens. I'm excited to see what the new journey in this in this city is going to bring me.
Okay, so your first thing was you and Vic meeting up. So can you just talk about like when you were on your way to meet Vic?
I am really excited to be meeting up with Vic. Vic and me hit it off really well in LA. So I'm excited to meet back up with her in Atlanta and see what's happening since the show wrapped. But now, it's just going to be exciting to see Vic and just catch up and just find out what's going on.
Okay, you and Vic talked about Vic and Malik's situation. Give your opinion on that.
I can't remember.
It was something like um, Raekwon, Vic was saying something about me in a group chat, and then they posted it, and you asked him, and he told you about it. So, what did you feel about that?
I don't remember any of that.
Okay. Um, so,
Just
okay.
me a general
Hmm?
question. Ask me a general
Oh,
question.
okay. So, how do you feel about Vic sent? Did you mean like ask me a general question about that situation?
Like what? Okay, just ask me a question and I'll tell you if I can answer it.
Okay. Like for example, um, how do you feel about going to Gigi's event tonight?
Okay, so basically, I am excited to see Gigi. I haven't seen her since the last time I was in Atlanta, so it's exciting to know that she's gonna be there. It's gonna be fun. I mean, she's a funny girl, and hopefully me and her can continue to kick it, and be on a good page. So I'm excited to see Gigi tonight. Welcome back, girl.
Okay, Gigi was late to his party. How did you feel about that?
I understand that it's things get in the way, but at this point, me and Vic are the only two people at this party, and it's starting to get a little cheap, if you ask me.
Okay. When Gigi first walked in, you threw shade his way.
I decided to just make a little light of the situation because, you're already late to your event. So why not make a funny joke? So I said something like, the guy said your check bounced. But she came unglued. I mean, like, what's wrong with her? Like, you're late to your party. Don't get mad at me because you're a bad host. And I still had to pay for it.
Okay, how did you feel about him using transphobic comments in response to your joke?
Nothing makes me more madder than when a gay person makes a homophobic comment. It's like, why are you even in the parade? I mean, you should sit home on Gay Pride Day because you are worse than the people that we're parading against. And I think that when another gay person makes a derogatory comment about anybody that is gay or transgender, it just puts them on the outside of the gay community, as far as I'm concerned. And they should never go to a gay pride parade.
Okay, you kicked Gigi out of her own party. How did you feel about that?
You know, you're not going to come to this party late and then decide that you're going to go off on me after I saved your party. I mean, if it wasn't for me telling that joke, your party would be in the dumps. So guess whose party it is now? I paid for it. It's now my party. You're leaving.
Okay, next
Yeah,
day. Uh,
out.
oh, you said something?
You're gonna have to mute out.
Mute myself?
Yeah, when I talk.
Oh, okay. Wait, I need to lower my mic because I'm reading from the notepad. Okay, so next day you were going to meet with Gigi and Malik to discuss your issue.
Okay, sorry. Well, I after some long thought on this situation with Gigi, I don't want to start things off in Atlanta this way. This is not why I'm here. I'm not here to fight with people, and I want to see if she can be mature enough to sit down with me and talk about this. And I can tell her how I feel. She actually owes us all an apology. I mean, she was late her own event. I mean, who's really to blame here? So let's see if she can actually be woman enough to stand up to her wrongdoings.
When you first walked in, Gigi made a joke about how you need milk for your bones.
First of all, milk for my bones. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay. First of all, milk is not good for me right now. Okay. You know, you don't drink milk when you're my age. It's not good for you.
Okay, so you guys ended up
Wipe
talking it
that out.
out.
Wipe that out. Cut.
Okay, again.
Milk for my bones. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Milk for my bones. I'm the strongest person in the room.
Okay, you guys ended up talking it out.
I think Gigi is a great person. I think that she's very misunderstood. I think that the situation was a misunderstanding. And I'm really glad that me and her can come to a common ground and hopefully rebuild from here. I do like Gigi. I think she's a great girl.
After that, you and Robert were talking. Robert came at you kind of crazy. He said that you owe him an apology because you called him mutt.
I
And
have
wait, you said I just talked to you. No, Robert said last time I talked to you, you called me mutt, and you said last time I talked to you was 3 days ago. Okay.
So, I do understand that I've said some really horrible things to people, and I'm willing to always come back to whatever I've said and own up to to the things that I've done. I've said racist things to Malik. I've said I guess racist things to Robert. So, am I a racist? That's what really needs to be discussed here. Do I need to really get counseling and find out if I have a race, like I'm a racist? Maybe I should do a racist retreat and find out what's going on here. Maybe I'll call Dr. Phil and find out if I'm a racist. But I do feel sorry that I called Robert whatever I called him.
Okay.
But Robert is no angel.
Ooh.
Let's not forget that.
There was something that happened. I don't know if you looked at it that way or not, but you were saying something about how you need to change yourself to the better or whatever, and he was like, I don't need to change anything. I love myself. Thank you for the advice, but nobody asked you for it. Did you feel any type of way about that?
I really always hear what other people say. I only for some reason I go in on things that are important. And for that statement, I don't really feel like it was an importance because at the end of the day, you heard what I had to say and you know it's true. And you can pick up the wisdom or you can leave the wisdom on the ground. It's up to you. But I'll be standing right there watching you fall on your face. And remember, when I'm older and you're old, I would have already been there.
Okay, so talk about taking the girls on a boat for the day.
Going where?
On your little boat trip.
So I've decided to take the girls on a trip um, to an exotic place and a romantic place because I'm announcing my engagement. And I'm so happy that these some of these girls are going to be coming with me. Now I'm not inviting everybody because not everybody is appropriate enough to go on a trip like this. I mean, you don't want to take the whole city of I mean you don't want to take a whole project to the an exotic land because it'll be overwhelming for them. So you want to just be pretty selective, and that's where these little social things get a little tricky because you want to make sure that you're picking the right people to go with you to Switzerland, and that's exactly where we're going. We're going to Switzerland, and they're going to maybe get to meet my the love of my life. So I can't wait to rub it in their face.
Okay, Robert asked you way too many questions about your engagement. How did you feel about that?
If these girls would worry about their own relationships, they would have one. I mean, it's that easy. I mean, I don't. This is, I think, out of all of the seasons we've had, LA and this one, there's only been one other engagement mentioned, and that was Lee. I mean, where are the other engagement parties at? Why am I the only one this season getting married? You know, we need to really tackle the real issues in the show. Like, you don't worry about me, Robert. If you're about my relationship, let's talk about la- the invisible one that you have. I think that that's more important. And maybe you should be asking me relationship advice, finding out what I'm doing to be in this position.
Okay, you and Robert had words, and you ended up telling him that he isn't nice. Why do you feel like Robert isn't nice?
I really think that every day I see Robert interact with these girls, he has a very condescending remark to follow his comments. And I think that that's the wrong approach. I think that I've learned, from one thing that I've learned, is dealing with these type of situations, especially like when they are expecting you to behave in a certain way. You have to learn when to be, the adult and be grown. And I think Robert's just got a lot of growing to do. And I don't think that he's a bad person, but I think that there's just so much underlying stuff there that needs to be addressed with him personally. But I do think he also really truly can't stand some of these girls. So, I could be wrong. Maybe he just don't, he doesn't like them. So I think it's hilarious.
Robert told you that Malik was talking about your engagement with him. How did you feel about that?
I was very pissed off about that when I first heard about this because I thought that this was like a just recent occurrence, but I found out that it was during the time that me and Malik were fighting. So I gave Malik a pass in that moment because I felt like, he had every right to be upset, whatever he wants to do, attack my engagement. But what can I say? I mean, I always have a boyfriend. I'm kind of a slut.
um, wait, I lost the question. Okay, so can you just talk about inviting everybody but Robert to your engagement party?
Well, the last thing I want to do is bring Robert, Motormouth Robert, because Robert is going to say something provocative. And you don't want to do that when you have a relationship because this is one thing and that is another. And I would never be stupid enough to bring my worst enemy to meet somebody that special for me. So honestly, Robert's got to prove himself to me, really. And I still don't know if I'm going to let him meet my boyfriend.
You ended up finally meeting Tom. So just talk about just going to meet Tom and what do you think about what's gonna happen?
Okay, so first of all, let me just make myself completely clear when I say this. And I'm not being racist when I say this, but I cannot stand British people. They just put a bad taste in my mouth. I never have been able to get along with any British people, only a handful. I do have some that are my favorite, but for the most part, I don't particularly like the British. But I will say that Tom did stand out in my head. So I'm interested to find out what's going on with how she tripped, how she's ticking. But I'm not at all impressed. I don't know what's going on with her, but I'm just gonna fill this bitch out and see what's going on.
So what was your impression after talking with him?
I am absolutely disgusted, mortified, and bewildered. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I think that we've reached a new low with this rumor. I think that Tom opened my eyes um to a lot. And I don't think that Tom is a bad person. So my next move is to talk to Robert and to find out what if he will come clean about this. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I just might lose my mind and come unglued.
Okay, so you were invited to both Greece and Palm Beach. You ended up going to. Okay, so just talk about having two invitations on the table.
Okay, so I do feel like Malik tricked me into staying in Florida. Um, I don't know how I ended up being on the Florida trip with them and not in Greece. I mean, come on, it was Greece. So that was kind of weird. Um, I don't think I knew about the links until I got to the Florida trip. But with that being said, I actually ended up having a really good time in Florida with um, Robert, and also I got to talk to Robert. So honestly, I think my place was in Miami Beach because
Oh,
I needed to address this issue with Robert.
okay. Can you restate that, but like make it uh, shorter, I guess, and just like focus and don't say links.
Which part?
Like this question about going to Palm Beach instead of Greece, and then maybe you went there because you needed to talk to Robert.
I really wanted to go to. So you don't want me to insult you?
No, no, no. I just don't want you to say links because like you can say that I tricked you. It's fine, but don't say like
Okay,
I didn't
okay.
know about the
I
links.
okay, I get you. I actually feel like Rob. Okay, so I actually feel like Malik tricked me into being in Miami, Florida with them on this trip because I would much rather go to Greece. I mean, have you seen the Greece guys? But I actually do have some business to deal with, and Robert's on this trip. So, what a perfect opportunity for me to address our issues.
Okay, so you guys talked about it, and now you have both parties denying and like contradicting their stories. How do you feel about that?
I have no idea who's lying to me or who's not, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I've already told Tom that I want to have a, sit down with him and Robert to see if they could patch things up. But I don't really give a shit about that anymore. I want to know who's telling me the truth, and why is this rumor involving me? Why are they putting me in their mess?
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of predict the future, and I just want you to talk about your Switzerland trip. Just a cute little short introduction to the trip.
Wait a minute, give me an example, please.
Like today, we're finally going to Switzerland for this, this, and that, and maybe like talk about your motives of making Robert and Tom confront each other.
Okay, so today is the big day. Today is the day that we are going to Switzerland. All the girls have received their tickets, and we are headed on my private jet to Switzerland. Wait, we're going, yeah, yeah. No, let me do that again. Okay, today is the day that we are all going to Switzerland, and we are getting ready to go to the airport. And I am so excited! I cannot wait to get to Switzerland, and I just can't wait. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and my man's going to be there, so it's going to be even better.
Okay, something happened. Gigi was fired. So how do you feel about that? Because he was saying very racially charged comments to like everybody.
Gigi was fired
Yeah, last night.
for real. Oh God,
Y- Yeah, he was saying mutt, blackie, so many
color is
disgusting
Gigi?
things to me and Cash, huh?
What color is Gigi?
She's light skinned, but I mean, still, they wanted you to go at the reunion season 2 because you said mutt.
They wanted me to go because I said mud.
Don't you remember? Gigi was one of the people that jumped you for saying mutt.
Okay.
You said mutt, and they just jumped. They were jumping up and down.
I know I Oof. Living in the South, it's crazy, isn't it? But wow. I mean, this is my reaction to that. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say about what Gigi did or about the situation. I'm honestly just finding this out right now, and I am shocked. So I don't know, Gigi. I wish that we could have gotten to talk before you were, fired. But good luck. Good luck in the future.
Girl, no luck for her. But I guess, yeah. So, like tomorrow after the
Cut that
event,
out.
I'll ask. Hmm?
You gonna cut that out, aren't you?
No, I will. I'll put it. I'll make sure I say something more negative to outshine that. Honestly, it was just getting too much. Like, were you catching up with us on the group chat?
Not yet.
Because she cannot have an intellectual conversation ever. Like, every
Did she
time I
comment
try to,
at
huh?
the reunion?